Hey, welcome back to another YouTube tutorial. In this video, we're going to learn how to blur YouTube videos in the YouTube editor. All you have to do is go to YouTube Studio, write down Studio, and in here, when you reach out to YouTube Studio, make sure to go to Content and select any particular video that you think that should be, that you should blur it anything on. So for example, we're going to select the video on how to access dark web, and we're going to select the details. And in here we're gonna go and click on editor. Just click on editor. As you click on editor, you will see something like this, and in here we will learn how to blur any part or any face in any video. For example, select any part. For example, we have selected it in this part, and we will click on this object called add blur. We'll click add blur, and we will add custom blur. So what happens, the difference between custom blur and add blur, face blur, is it will blur your face and move with it, but in custom blur we can add a blur at any part of the video. We add custom blur, and for example, if you want to hide this portion, make sure to click on this button as well, fix blur position, because we don't want it to track object. If you click on track object, it will track the object anywhere it goes, but we'll fix it at the same position because we think it will stay on the same position, and we will keep the rectangular. You can add it oval if you want to, but a rectangular is a good option. It can make it more blurry, but in this picture you can't see that, but when you save it you will see that. For example, we blur this portion, and we think we should blur from, like, if you want to drag this blur position from 3.14 from anywhere you want, you can drag it. You can do whatever you want, and for example, if we just put a small portion in for the sake of the video. And you can even add multiple blurs in the same position. If you think you should add here and add another one, click on plus blur, add custom blur. It will add in here on the lower bottom. You can see that. You can even drag that blur. Either you can increase the size, or bring it anywhere if you want to. So this is also a good option when you're adding a blur. If you want to add a blur in here, you can also do that. Anywhere, just click on blur and add custom blur, and make sure to make it a fixed blur position. If you're doing a fixed, or you want to track object, make sure to use a track object. But we don't need this one. We will cut it, and we will also need this. We just will have to cut it out. And we will just, for the sake of the video, and we think if you think you have learned on how to add a blur in the final phase, you're going to click on save, and in here it will give you an option save. So it will take kind of 10, 20, sometimes an hour to process this video. As soon as the video is processed and this blur is added, it will let you know. And to confirm that, you can see it in here, the video is in process. But when it stops showing the same button as process, it means your video has been already processed, and that part of the video which you have blurred is already blurred. So if you think you have learned something in this video, please make sure to leave a comment below. We will catch you up in the next video. Keep visiting Tides Schooling.